How are you feeling this morning?
Great, man. Great. Proud. Feeling proud. Way proud.
What happened after we chatted on the red carpet? Any crazy after party? Any fun last night?
My thing is, you gotta all your haters, all your negativity, cast members or not, you kill them with the best revenge is massive success. So you show up and you just be present. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, man, is I try to live in the moment and people don't realize that, hey, whatever's going on in all the comments is that at the end of the day, you know what happened with this season? What happened last night? The most
Mhm.
important piece is that they showed season 51.
Mhm.
So, listen, if anyone doesn't realize you can say what you want, you can do what you want. If you don't have other things lined up that are big time, I promise you'll be that person. And so, I look at it like take it in while you can. These interviews, listen, they don't ask, everybody every day what you're doing. So, I'm grateful, man.
I'm curious what we didn't see at the final tribal council. Anything the jury threw at you that didn't make the cut there?
Oh, man. Uh, Let me frame it this way. So, um, first and foremost, to Emily, to Rick, to Christian, to Dee, they made it. It felt from those specific individuals were like, hey, whether or not we're like, let's. They gave grace, they gave peace, they gave an environment that at least made you feel like you had a fighting chance for all three of us. That's the kind of jury that you want, not sentence, right? A sentence has already been decided, and you're just delivering what the outcome is. I knew when I sit down, I could point out the people that were. They can say what they want. I was cooked, and I don't know if Jonathan felt the same way or Aubrey. I'm sure she did. There's certain people where it's like, man, what are we doing? Like I would, why are we here? It's like I get it, and you're allowed to do that, but what are we? Where there was a few that I felt were genuinely being, let's hear them out. So that's kind of how I felt about it, man. Was like, there's definitely a vibe, and it takes a special person to truly emotion aside and listen. So, um, this is a powerful, powerful, powerful moment.
How about the other side of that coin? I have to imagine there's pre-existing relationships. There's people coming into Final Tribal with already a bias or a preset
Oh yeah.
mindset already. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the other side of that.
I can say this like and here's the deal. Returning seasons is what I've realized is like you clearly have relationships with people. You clearly have the draw of like, oh, we're tight. And I deal in like realness is like, hey, those relationships absolutely affect the game. No, it doesn't
Mm.
mean that there was a pregame or not. It just means that like you have a relationship with somebody. It matters. You could hate them, you could love them, but the relationship matters. And in a pregame, especially if you've played for years or it's been years since you've been at every single event, every single moment around all these people. You develop relationships. It's
Yeah.
period. So like, does it affect the vote? Unless you are an outstanding human being that's super professional, of course it would. It absolutely did.
Any particular reasons from your perspective why the jury opted to give the win to Aubrey instead of you or Jonathan?
Here's what I want to lean into. Most exit press I've seen point the finger everywhere else. It's like this person, that person. And by the way, they don't give the votes to those people half the time, but they'll blame them. I'm looking at it like it's me. So, first and foremost, once again, and this isn't sexy, so that's why I think it gets overstepped, is
Hmm.
I clearly didn't give them any reason in the game to vote for. So you go back to game film, you rewatch it, and you go, okay, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Where did I misstep? So I feel that in their minds, they're going to justify that Aubrey played the best game, hands down, outstandingly so, based on the votes, and that Jonathan and I did. And particularly so if you don't even get a vote, right? Did I think in my brain there's this word deserve a vote? Sure, without a doubt. Um, do I think I played well enough to win it? No, no. Um, but that's just the realness in me, is
Mm.
yeah, man, I made a lot of mistakes. And if I could go back, I'd change a lot of things.
Do you think that maybe had there been more time in between your two seasons, would that have maybe helped you a little bit?
I think more time just building relationships. It's like, yeah, if I had more time and built more relationships with these people outside of the game, without a doubt,
Mm,
but also time to reflect and really sit and analyze, right? It's like saying, hey, man, if I give you 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years to prepare for one event, a basketball game, a football game, yeah. Now, again, that's an excuse, but of course it would have helped. But mainly for me, give me time to process it. But no way in hell was I going to turn down 50. And no way in hell if they called me tomorrow for 53 or 54. I don't care if it's 6 months. I'll deal with it. I'm going to show up.
Now, I want to talk about your early run-ins with Devens. You guys were kind of butting heads at the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you guys get on the same page to start with?
It's a shame that that gets a headline the way it does. Rick Devens is an amazing person. He's an outstanding father, outstanding husband. His kids are great. His family's great. I got nothing bad to say about Rick. And I regret like anything I said or did in the moment of the game that got this much traction. It's like, man, there's so many other events in Survivor. There's some exit press in the beginning. They'll say it's the worst fight I've ever seen. I go, man, listen, I was raised in a firehouse and in a Division 1 football locker room. And if
Mm,
you think that that was the worst fight you've ever seen, it's like, wow. And that type of hype is what fueled in my mind this like, listen, it's two individuals that, by the way, I think Rick's gameplay is amazing. I think what he did in this whole theory of you can't lie, cheat, or steal, he absolutely is allowed to. He absolutely should. I think what sucks is we both can't play our ways in the viewers world, right? The fans. We both can't be right. It
mm,
has to be a villain. It has to be a hero. It has to be a wrong and a right. Versus like, no, why can't you both play? I think Rick and I's problem in the beginning was we're so much alike, actually. And I think
mm,
we just collided. We were being a little stubborn. And listen, if I could go back right now, that conversation goes completely different.
mm.
It doesn't even make the screen. Um, and I'm an emotional cat, and I made a mistake in how I handled that conversation. So
Well, for what it's worth, Devens has said nothing but positive things about you to me. So,
that's cool,
what
man.
for
He's
what
a
that's
great
worth.
dude. That's a great dude because he's a great dude.
What do you pinpoint as your best move of the game, and then what do you kind of think might have been your worst?
I'll start with my worst. I put too much currency in the thinking I had some true friendships um, early on. And I thought I was building another Eva moment with some people. And then it
Mm.
was used against me.
Any specifics?
Just like if I share with you intimate things and I'm complaining or it's because I've let you into my circle, which I don't do.
Mm,
I it's like if you and I are talking and I meet you on the street and Joe, how's life? I don't say, man, I almost got fired today, and man, I don't know what to do with this. And I know I say everything's fine. And especially an enemy, I don't say anything. But a friend, I'm
mm,
gonna be like, man, you know what, dude? I'm gonna let you in
mm,
to my craziness and my emotional. And then when that gets plucked and used against me, it's like, wow, all right, like, you know, thought we were tight. Like and that means early on, right? So my mistake in this was underestimating vets who are allowed and should play every way they play. So I'll
mm,
say that that is Survivor. But I come into that same situation again. It's exactly how I handle it at work. There's people I don't
mm,
like at work, and I handle it with a smile. I greet you, and I move on.
mm,
And so that's what I would do. And I would say my best move in the same token is my ability to let people in. It's a
mm.
double-edged sword because I've
Sure.
let
Yeah.
people in that will die for me, literally, and ride for me. And that same vulnerability, man, it can get you, but it can get you to the end. And it's with Eva. It's a perfect example. You don't get someone a friendship like that if you're not vulnerable. So if that makes sense, it's that double-edged sword. It's the best part and the worst part of my game.
Now, wrapping up here, I want to know who else from the new era you'd like to see come back and try this game again.
Shaheen from
Hmm.
48. Listen, man,
Well,
like the dude is dangerous. He's got a mouthpiece on him. So for the young cats, that means he can talk. He's intellectual. He's a challenge beast. He knows how to compete. He also understands the game on a really strong level. But he has enough target on him with just the beard. The beard's so sexy. He has enough target on him that I go, hey, man, you get back in this game. He could do some damage if you put him on a different season, and they'll never know what hit him.